Hey guys, Dan here from Guitar from the Heart. I'm sharing with you a little bit of an older video today because, listen man, I'm crazy busy right now. I'm moving, actually in the process of buying a house, but I haven't been able to really film over the last week or two. But I did film a video back in January that I never published, and I want to share that with you today. I hope you like it. So I'm going to try here in vain to get a half-decent angle that's sort of usable. I really need some type of a holder for my phone while I'm driving, which I will try to see if I can get at some point. But what should I practice and when? You know, I remember many years ago, I was a 15, 16-year-old guy. I was playing football in high school. I was kind of like not a nerd, but sort of a nerd at the same time. Like I was really smart. I could pass and get 90s on my exams without really studying. I liked academics, but I was also, into sports. So I was kind of like one of those sports jock kind of nerds or something. I don't know. And of course, like a lot of times when you like sports and you like academics too, whatever, you get into music. And I became a guitar player. And my angle right there, the spot check, safe driving, looks okay enough that you can sort of see me. I started to play the guitar a little bit as a side hobby, but then I started to really fall in love with this thing. And I decided I wanted to pursue it. And so, juggling all of these different responsibilities, and at such a young age, practicing sports for hours every day, academics, even though I wasn't really much of a studier at that point in my life, I still had responsibility. I had to do those, annoying term reports where it's like you have a month to do a paper and do it the last day, the night before, and then you have to present it and fake like you know what you're talking about. Sometimes I sort of feel like that when I'm filming YouTube videos. Like I have an idea, but I don't really get to prepare that much because my life is so crazy. And it's like I only have so much time. Maybe I could practice, if I was ambitious, like 2 hours a day. And to be fair, I think, truthfully, most adults have that much spare time in their time. Like, I know a lot of people that they complain like they have no time. Oh, I can't learn a new skill. I have no time. But the reality is, a lot of them have a lot more time than I do. And even I have enough time that I could probably squeeze in 2 hours a day. So what am I going on about? So it's only a limited amount of time, and you got to decide, like, what do I want to practice? What do I want to practice? And well, look at it this way: the guitar has like a million gazillion skills that you can practice. And my advice is that you stick to whatever skills you need to learn to be able to play what you like. Play what you like. Play what you like first. Listen to stuff that you like, and then try to play it. Play that stuff that you like. In the beginner phase, try to copy other music that you already listen to that you like, that has guitar, So, like, if you listen to a lot of punk rock, I don't know who does these days, but no offense if you do. I don't know anybody who does, but there's a lot of people who still like that stuff, I'm sure. I do. I like some of it, but that's from the previous generation, kinda. But if you really like, if you really like stuff that has a lot of power chords, learn how to play power chords. Just needs power chords, do power chords. If it just needs, what you like, If what you like is like strumming open chords, practice that. So there's like all these different skills that you can use your whatever limited time you have to practice. And I would use that time not to try to master everything, but to focus on mastering a few things. Like they say with the saying, right? You don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You want to focus on mastering the 2 to 3 most important skills, and then find the other skills that are really important around it. So like if I'm trying to do, straight eighths, rock, strumming power chord stuff, so I'll practice doing power chords on my fretting hand. I'll practice doing straight eighth strums, all down strums, straight eighths on my right hand, on my strumming hand. I'll practice doing palm mutes. I'll practice switching the power chords to various places, and like that. And that will be my main focus. If my main thing is like, the genre that I like is like all these sprinkly sounding finger picking stuff, I'm not gonna bother wasting any time whatsoever doing power chords. I'll practice finding those fingerings for the open chord shapes and moving my fingers around to get the various cool little voicings. And then I would learn right hand finger picking technique. So a little true story from my point of view. I'm kind of like, if people ask me what kind of a style I play, and I really don't know what to tell them, because I just say, well, I'm kind of like rock blues-ish, sort of. I don't know. And I like to do a lot of instrumental sort of stuff. So when I first started playing, I really liked like the rock music that was coming out at the time. This was like the early 2000s. So I learned how to play a lot of what I heard on the radio, how to play power chords, how to play different voicings of like power chords that like I learned how to get the tone. I learned how to emulate to some extent the tones that they were using at the time, and find like all these cool open power chords with fourths and susses and stuff like that. Not really power chords, but they're not really like major or minor either. They're just like power chords but with the fourth in it, or the 2 and things like that. I learned how to strum the different grooves that I learned that they were using. I figured out what I had to do. I watched videos of guys that I enjoyed how they played, and I copied, and I just learned those strumming things. And then there were a couple songs that I really liked the finger picking style that they were using, and I had learned a little bit in my class in school, because let's face it, in any kind of school situation, they're going to try to teach you as much traditional stuff as possible. So I learned a little bit of finger picking technique aside. If you want a little quick lesson on what I know on finger picking, let me know. I've never really done any on this channel, but I do know how to do proper classical finger picking and whatnot. I'm not very good at it, but I do know how it's supposed to be done. Anyway, I use that a little bit sometimes. But to be fair, I haven't learned a new song with finger picking in like 15 years. Why? Because I don't really care about finger picking. I have a couple of songs that I can play using finger picking style. But most times when I'm going to do something that has multiple strings, I don't use formal finger picking style anymore. I use hybrid styles where I hold the pick, and I might pick with the pick and pick with my finger other notes that are on the other string, or I might just switch and I hold the pick in my other fingers that I'm not using and use like my thumb and one of my fingers or 2 of my fingers, whatever needs to be done. I look at the situation, because I can adapt, because I know finger picking enough to like make a decision on it on the fly. But I don't do it very often, so it's not something that I'm strong at like some people who just focus on that. So what do I practice? What do I practice with my limited time? Practice what you like. Practice what you like, the kind of music, the kind of techniques you care about. If you like really love hammer-ons and pull-off stuff, practice your hammer-ons and pull-offs a lot and get them super smooth. If you like a lot of picking every note, practice your picking technique constantly. what's a hammer-on and pull-off? That's what your attitude should be. And this way you maximize your time when you're practicing, instead of saying like, I need to be a master of everything. You're not going to be a master of everything. You're going to be a jack of everything and a master of none. But if you practice what you really care about, you'll become a master of it. And then maybe later, if you want, you can add more techniques to your bag of tricks of things that you have truly mastered. Or if you're kind of like me, somewhere between being a jack of all trades and a master, but closer to master. Anyway, hope that helps. Little advice, from a seasoned player. Don't waste your time, But ideally, we want to be spending as much time as possible playing music when we play, being a musician. And the only way you're going to do that is to master the techniques that you really need when you need to, which is as early as possible, and get all that other fluff out of the way, the stuff that you don't need right now. And then if you have an interest in it, you can follow back later. Anyway, play the guitar from the heart and have fun with that. Have a great day, guys. It's a cold day over here in New York, as you could see the smoke blowing out of my mouth. So have a great one, and I will talk to you soon.